Let's continue to example 8 below. So in example 8, let's solve this together. I see that there is a common factor of cosine x appearing both sides. What should we do? Don't divide, always move everything to one side. So I'm going to move all my terms to the left-hand side of your equation equals to 0. You see a common factor, so what you would like to do is to factorize out that common factor. And since your equation is 0, I will get cosine x is 0, or I will get 2 sine x minus 1 to be 0. Okay, so what is different with last week will be you now have two equations to solve. Let's start from solving cosine x to be 0 first. So if you have cosine x to be 0, in order to solve for this, okay, let's think through a cosine x graph. Okay, 0 is a special point. If I have a cosine x graph, how does it look like? A cosine x graph looks something like this. This is your y equals to cosine x. What values does it end at? Cosine x ends at 360 degrees. This value in the middle is your 180 degrees. And your left and end point, or your 2 points are on the x-axis, it is 90 degrees and 180 and 270 degrees. So for special values like -1, 0, or 1, later I will show you with other graphs, you should think about the graph and you can extract out those two numbers straight away. So when you have y to be 0, it's at 90 degrees or 270 degrees. Immediately we will write in the solution. So x is equals to 90 or 270 degrees. Okay, this is for your left-hand side, cosine x is 0. So what about the right-hand side of the equation? You move the 1 over. -1, if I move right, we will get 1. So I will get sine x to be half. Now this is back to what we had last week. How do you solve for sine x is a constant? We get this thing called a basic angle first, which I call it basic alpha, which you will press on your calculator on what is sine inverse half. And I remind you again, when you get basic angle, must always choose the positive value here. So even if they ask for sine x is negative half, you still do sine inverse of half. This will give me a 30 degrees on my calculator. Okay, let's think through what is the concept last week. I will need my ASTC. My sign is positive, so it will be A and S quadrant. Where are the alpha values? It will mean that this is your 30 degrees, and this part is also your 30 degrees. Hence, we can solve for the x. The two angles that we are looking for is, I want this angle and I want this angle. These are the two angles that are in the first and the second quadrant. Hence, your x value is 30 degrees or 180 minus 30 degrees. And if we simplify, therefore, x is 30 or 50, 150 degrees. Okay, so first question type, common factor on both sides. Do not divide, move all to one side to factorize.